Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today's pick a card reading is all for you lovely Libras. This is what is coming in for March of 2020 for Libra. You have 3 piles to choose from, Libra. Pile number 1 is represented by an aquamarine. Pile number 2 is represented by a peacock oar. And pile number 3 is represented by an amethyst geode. Let's go ahead and take some time to focus on the piles and see which one resonates to you. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to say if you like this reading, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and most importantly, leave me a note down below. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what kind of readings you'd like to see. Tell me how this impacted you, what's going on in your life, how I can remind you that you were awesome today, because that's important to remember. And a lot of people forget that about themselves. So, again, pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, timestamps are down below. And pause the video if you need more time. We're going to get started. 3, 2, and 1. Pile number 1, you chose the aquamarine. We have 2 sets of cards here, one for career and finances and one for your love reading. Being Libra, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to start with career and finances, because that is generally what my Libra friends would like to know most about. I have you walking away from something, Libra. The 8 of Chalices is a card of leaving something behind that doesn't work for you anymore. He's no longer thirsty. He's hungry. He has these cups in here filled with water he can drink, but he needs something to eat, so he's got to leave behind these cups. These grapes here, though, well, he could eat those. So he's moving forward into something better for him. Yeah, you weren't really feeling your last job or your last employer or your last assignment. It had you feeling sort of trapped, sort of stuck. This is the kind of thing I would see if you were like an amazing journalist who, went through 3 tours in Iraq in the 90s, and then you come home and they give you like the local dog parade. Not that there's anything wrong with doing the local dog parade, but, you're a hardcore journalist and you deserve better. Yeah, it made you feel depressed. It made you feel uninterested. And, for Libra, you guys are so cerebral. You guys are very analytically minded. It's all about the brain. And when you're not feeling like you want to engage with anything, that's a problem for you, because that means something is severely not right in your life. Because you guys love to engage with things. You love puzzles. You love to figure out what's going on around you. So you're walking away from this crap, which is good because you need to. And you're giving your services to someone else. You're either starting a new business, you're going to a different company in the same sort of work, but you're giving a good solid offer somewhere that is appreciated and is well researched. You took the time to go through and find out everything. Maybe this is you're getting called in, you don't like the job you have, so you're leaving it. You're going for an interview. Well, if you're going for an interview, the best thing I could suggest you do is get online and seek out everything you can find out about that company. Learn the ins and outs. Find the dark spots. Find the light spots. Find everything you can. Because if you go in there with as much education and wisdom about that company as you can, you're telling them you care about the company. You're telling them you care enough to take time out of your life to learn about them. And I guarantee you, that's going to set you apart from the other candidates. That's going to get you the job. And it's something you're excited about. I mean, the Page of Wands is kind of an immature energy. It's that sort of nervous, excited energy. Like you're going in for a job interview that just, it makes your stomach all butterflies, and but you really hoping and excited that you're going to get it. And you put a lot of work in to try and get it. You put a lot of research in. We've got the Nature card. This is the Devil card. This speaks of maybe putting a little too much work in. Perhaps you're a little bit of a workaholic. And we have the King of Wands. Whatever you're moving into, it's something that you are excited about, and it's something that you grow at, because you go from the Page of Wands to the King of Wands. So you show growth, and maybe that's what this Devil is. Maybe you start taking online courses and you just power through them. And instead of, graduating in 4 years, you're able to graduate in 2 years, because you have the drive needed to get there. But this new venture, whatever this new love is, it brings about a healing for you. It allows you to feel better about things. He's going from a rough, difficult environment. I mean, nothing's going to grow there. There's nothing green. There's no sun shining on it. There's no leaves in the trees. The water is too, violent to go down and take a drink from. And he's moving to this place where there's a lot of greenery. There's flowers. The water's calm and still. His horse can lean over and drink without fear of drowning. You're moving forward into a better place. So what I see for you, my Libra pile number ones, in your career and finances, is that you're leaving behind a job or a way of thinking that somehow limited you and made you feel less than. And you're moving forward with the knowledge that you are amazing, and you're going to take the time out to do whatever is necessary to get to where you want to go. And you're going to heal yourself along the way. I mean, the Holly King, the Hermit, can be a psychologist, a career counselor, or somebody like that. So you're taking the time out to put the work in. Like I said, you could be leaving behind a job that treated you like crap and making an offer to a company where you go in for the job interview and you know everything. And they are so impressed with your fire that they hire you on the spot. And you move forward into the company so quickly and grow and just heal and feel at ease. Feel yourself, because, the Six of Swords, you're healing. You're feeling yourself again. You're feeling that analytical energy where there's no emotions necessary, no emotions involved. You could just move forward into something that excites you. And that's beautiful, especially for you, Libra. I like that kind of energy. So look forward to healing in a way that, in an exciting way. Do the work, do the research needed, and go for not just jobs you think you could do, but jobs that you want to do. Because a lot of times we limit ourselves and we limit what we think we can and cannot accomplish. And you don't want to do that to yourself, because you are awesome and you're totally full of just this wisdom that can help others. You can see both sides so easily, so clearly. You've got this way of thinking about things in a big picture perspective that is so difficult for so many of the other signs to do. And you do it so beautifully. And you're able to to be charming. Like if you have something negative to say about someone, they're usually thanking you for it by the end, because you're very charming and helpful in the way that you come about your criticisms. You're not picking people apart. You're helping to build them, stronger in the future, which is really cool. And all right, so that's your career. And your love reading, we have the Devil again. You got the Devil twice. The other possibility here is that maybe you're doing something in your life that you shouldn't be doing. You know, having the devil twice, you might be gambling or drinking, or maybe you are a workaholic, and being a workaholic is affecting your relationship as well as your work. Well, Seven of Pentacles, putting work in. You're a bit of a workaholic, but you're willing to work on your relationship as well. And when you do that, you get a solid new beginning. Something that can actually grow with someone you've been eyeing. The Page of Swords is, well, it could be you, it could be another earth sign, Gemini, Aquarius, but it's a spy. It's someone who kind of keeps tabs on others, someone who, not in a nasty way, but you kind of, you know, I wonder how so-and-so is doing, so you check their social media. But they could be someone you check their social media a little more than you probably should. We have a Cancer here, the Chariot. Cancer, the Chariot speaks of moving quickly. It could be travel. It can be moving forward. It can be news coming in at a rapid pace. And you have the Six of Wands. You have recognition. This is someone giving you the recognition that you deserve. Yes, you have been amazing. Yes, you have put work into making our relationship better. And I am so grateful for it. And you get an exciting new beginning. I mean, this is a new beginning. It's solid. It's passionate. It's exciting. It's steamy. Because you choose to put the work in to this as well as your work. And like I said, it may take some crafty, like you may have to go on their social media page and see like them, you know, remark on a friend's post, oh my God, I love those flowers. I wish I had some like that, so that you can buy them those flowers. But when you put that work in, and I'm not saying do it in a skeevy way, but when you put that little bit of work in, the rewards are good for you, my friend. The other possibility is there's a crush that you have that you've kind of been obsessing about, kind of been spying on at work, and they're offering you a date. They just, out of the blue, out of the middle of nowhere, like, hey, you want to go out? And it turns into something solid. It turns into something exciting. It turns into something passionate. Or someone, you have been obsessing about someone at work, and you offer them a solid new beginning. And then they kind of do this spying on you thing, and you hear about it, but it doesn't bother you because you recognize you did the same thing. And you start in a passionate way. So, yeah, what I'm mostly seeing for you is I feel like there's someone that you have had your eye on, that you have had a crush on, that you have kind of put a lot of work in, and you're going to offer them something. You're not sure how it's going to go, so you're sort of kind of going to spy, like, did you hear? What do they think about me? You're going to ask their friends, what do they think about me, kind of thing. But they move forward with this because they recognize there is chemistry here, there is passion here, and there is the possibility for a solid beginning. So what I see for you in March 2020, Libra, pile number 1, in love and relationships, is that there is someone that you've had your eye on, and either you or they are going to offer you a new beginning. They're going to offer you a chance to start. And they're going to recognize everything that could go right with that relationship. So that's what I have for you. Pile number 1 for love and relationships and career and finances. I want to thank you for taking time to spend with me today. My little aquamarines, I want to remind you that you are amazing. You have this analytical way of looking at things that many people can't. You see the big picture, you see both sides, and you are just so neat in that respect. Not a lot of people are able to sit from a neutral standpoint and weigh things out. And the fact that you can makes you very, very special. So in love, in career, whatever you do, follow the thing that excites you. Follow your heart. Follow the right thing for you. And March will bring you happiness. So thank you, pile number 1. I hope you have a really good day, and I hope March 2020 does bring you everything good in the world. Pile number 2, Libras. It's your turn. We have the Peacock Oar. And we're going to get started. You have 2 piles. We have career and finances and love and relationship. I'm going to get started with the career and finances first. We have the Horned God. This is the Emperor card, and this speaks of taking control of your life. The Emperor is not just a king. The kings report to the Emperor. The Emperor controls the kings. He owns their kingdoms. He is someone who is taking control of their life and their situation. And it's going to bring reward. The 10 of Pentacles is the happy family card. It's the card of financial success, of having enough. So take control of your life if you want success. Because you're putting the work into something. And you're taking the time to do it right. This guy is, he's done all these carvings, and now he's shellacking them. And in shellacking them, he has to make sure that he does it carefully so that there's no drips, there's no bumps, there's no weird wavy lines in the varnish. So he's doing them one at a time very carefully. He's working smart. He's not working hard. He's not rushing to get them all done. He's working smart and doing them one by one to make sure that they're done properly. He's a successful business person. This is the Ace of Swords. This is an epiphany, a new idea, a new project, a new way of doing things. And you're moving in on that quickly. You get this new idea, new way of doing things, and you move forward with it because you're excited about it. It's something important to you. And you're victorious in it. The 5 of Swords, the 5 of Athames is a card of victory. But be careful in your victory that you're not too pompous, that you don't do like a peacock strut in front of the people that you were victorious over. That doesn't ever go well. But there is a message coming in for you. The 8 of Wands says that. Or travel. Could be travel. You have your perfect job. Your perfect job is coming in. The Lord and the Lady is the Lover's card. And this is, the perfect thing for you. the 2 of Cups. So, your outcome is the perfect job for you. So what I see here, pile number 2, Libras, career and finances, is that you need to take control of your career, of your finances, because you're working hard, you're working smart, you're doing something different, something unique, something ingenuitive, and you rush forward with it and you're victorious in it. Maybe it requires travel, or maybe, message comes in from afar that, that you love, that brings you this absolute perfect happiness. Maybe someone buys out your idea and for, a couple $1 million, and you're able to retire for the rest of your life happy, never having to work again. Or you take control of your life and your finances, and you go out there and you put the work into finding a job, finding a career that sparks your heart, and you're victorious. And you move forward and you get recognized. You get letters of recognition from your company. They love you as much as you love them. And everything is hunky-dory. So those are the possibilities I see for your career and finance reading for March of 2020, Libra, in pile number 2. It's looking absolutely beautiful. I mean, the Two of Cups and the Lover's card is confirmation of, if this was a love reading, this would be your soulmate, or twin flame. But being a financial and career reading, this is your perfect job. This is the thing you've always dreamt of. This is what you've always wanted. And you bring it in yourself through your hard work. So good on you, Libra. That's awesome. I love that. You guys have this unique way of looking at the world where you can see every side to every story. And it's something that most people cannot do, but you do so effortlessly, so beautifully. That's why Libra is always represented as justice, because you are able to weigh both sides and find the truth in a way that a lot of people can't. So let's find the truth about your relationships in March of 2020. We have the Knight of Wands, which has you moving forward in an exciting way. You had the Knight of Wands in your career, too. So it's quite possible that this is the same person. It's quite possible that you meet someone in your career that you know, a fellow fire sign that intrigues you in that sort of way. We have the Knight of Pentacles. This is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Someone very dependable, solid, but they're kind of slow moving. They get things done, but they are not an overnight kind of person. They're a 3-day, you know, certified male kind of person. So they're exciting, but they're dependable. Either they or you have gone through a hard time lately, haven't been feeling what you've been doing at work, have been feeling a little less than happy with where you're at, either at work or at home. Or they have been less than happy with where they're at. But we have victory. We have the Five of Swords, which, okay, you know, is a card of victory. It's a card of you know, he's got a game here. You put a sword in, you get a sword out. The sword you get out might be nicer than the sword you put in. It might not. You don't know how it's going to go. But you're still going to win, because you're going to get a sword either way. Is that winning? I don't know. It seems that way when you're feeling depressed. But there's financial success here for you. The Ten of Pentacles is the Happy Family card. It's a card of financial success, of reward for hard work, for putting all the effort in, for being dependable, for taking the time out when you're really not feeling it anyway, to press forward and do what's needed of you. The King of Cups, as you start feeling happy or excited again. You start feeling life again. Trust your intuition and know your worth. Some people tend to devalue themselves. Libra doesn't genuinely. Libra doesn't generally devalue yourself. You guys aren't like Pisces or, you know, Virgo, who always sorts of undervalues themselves. You guys know your worth, but sometimes you can feel a little less than. And this card is saying, don't feel less than. You may be having a tough go of it right now. You may be having some rough spots, but all in all, you've got victory here. You got the Ten of Pentacles. Trust your intuition here. Justice is yours. You got your own card. Your outcome is you. So justice for a Libra is basically saying whatever happens, it's going to be in your own best interest. But what I see here is there is someone who there may be a fight with someone you depend on. Maybe you get into a fight with your significant other over something, and it's got you feeling a little bit down. You won the fight, but right now they're not talking to you. So did you really win the fight? But then they call and they're like, I'm sorry. And you're like, I'm sorry too. And you trust your intuition. You didn't want to say I'm sorry, but you trust your intuition and you say it anyway. And justice is served and everybody's happy. The moon and justice are your two major arcanas. So the situation is not extensively major. The other possibility is there's a relationship that you jumped into that you thought was reliable, but is not. You're not feeling it anymore. It was something you did enjoy and you did love, but you're not loving it anymore. And either something happens where it comes to an end and you feel happy about it, or you guys work it out. I mean, the Ten of Pentacles is a card of work, so maybe you work it out and you find the love again. You trust your intuition and you try to keep this balanced view of them. Maybe you were overly dependent upon them, or maybe they were overly dependent upon you. I know for a lot of air signs, if you're feeling tied down, you can feel a little bit low, a little bit depressed, because you like to be moving, you like to be free. And so maybe they tried to tie you down a little bit too hard, and you, not in that way. And you kind of fought back against that. And now that you've sort of redrawn the lines, they're like, okay, I'm fine with that. And you move forward and are happy because it's just a small disagreement. So that is what I have for you in love and relationships for March of 2020, Libra. I hope you only find justice in your relationships, and that you get everything you deserve, and that all of the work that you put in to the relationships in your life comes back to you, and that you can count on the people in your life, and that the loves of your life are exciting and the romance is fun. So that is what I have for you, my lovely Libra number 2s, and I hope you have an amazing March. I hope it only brings good things, and I want to thank you very much for taking time out of your day to spend with me. I'm going to show you your peacock ore one last time. Very, very, very pretty stone. So good luck and thank you. Libra number 3. You chose the amethyst. And the thing about this is it is a geode, which means it looked like a rock, nothing more than a rock. But once you opened it up, that's when you see the worth, the beauty inside. And maybe that's something that relates to you, Libra pile number 3. Maybe you're finding the beauty inside yourself right now. We have 2 sets of cards. We have career and finances and love and relationship. I'm going to go ahead and get started with love and relationship. For some reason, for pile number 3, that seems to be the right one to start with, even though the other 2, I think I started with career. But we have work anyway. The 8 of Pentacles has you putting work into a relationship. It has you taking the time to do the job and do it right. Checking in with them, communicating with them, letting them know, hey, I made sure the dogs were fed. Hey, I let them outside. Hey, I got the kids off. I dropped the kids off at school and I'm going to pick them up at, 4:15. Hey, we've got that vet appointment. This is putting in the work for a relationship. And that's beautiful. And celebrating. Maybe you guys are having an anniversary here soon. Congratulations. You've put in the work and you're celebrating within this relationship. There's a little bit of feeling wounded, a little guardedness. Maybe you were hurt by them in the past. or they were hurt by you in the past, or hurt by somebody else. Either of you were hurt by someone else in the past. But I have you kind of learning more about them anyway. Taking the time to find out more. You know, you were hurt, but you still wanted to find more out about this person. They really intrigued you. You wanted to put the work in with them. And speaking of work, we have the King of Pentacles. You go from the Page of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. This person is solid. They are dependable. You are solid and dependable. You put the work in where it's necessary. You celebrate the other person within your relationship. And when you're when you are feeling a little bit wounded or defensive, you take time out to communicate that with them, which is lovely. Yeah, the Knight of Swords, you take time out to communicate that with them. You fight for them. They fight for you. You guys fight for each other. It's a good relationship. And maybe there's someone that you loved for a long time and never said anything to. Someone you had a little bit of a crush on, but you didn't think they ever would think anything of you. Maybe that's why you were feeling a little guarded. But have faith. The Fool is telling you to have faith in this connection. Because you can feel it, which is odd for you, Libra. You're not an emotionally based person like Pisces or Cancer. So for you feeling this connection, there's something there. And you're holding on. Interesting. You're holding on to this connection. You're holding on to this person. Because they're everything you want. They're your wish granted. What I have for you in March of 2020, lovely Libra pile number 3s, is that you're putting some work into a relationship, but you're also taking time out to celebrate the friendship within it. Or you're taking time to put, the work and the celebration into a friendship, and you're not expecting it to go any further. But you're both kind of feeling each other out, and it starts growing. And you start realizing you're kind of fighting for each other. Like someone's like, I can't believe he went and did that on the video game. He's so stupid. And you're like, no, he's not. It was a brilliant move. He sacrificed himself so the rest of the team could move forward without realizing it. You guys kind of maybe look at each other's social media when you're not around each other, looking at each other's old pictures. This is someone you may have had a crush on, or they may have had a crush on you. And the cards are saying, have faith. Hang on to your faith in yourself, in what you know, because your wishes are going to be granted here. I mean, there's a lot of pentacles in this reading. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 pentacle cards. And for a love reading, you only have 1, 2, 3 cup cards. So typical for Libra, honestly. You guys, your love stems from both your heart and your head. You are not a emotion-based person. You are not the type who would stay with someone who is abusive for the most part, because you do know your worth. You do know you're better than that. And it's very hard to convince an air sign otherwise. I'm not saying it's not done. Absolutely, it is totally done. I'm saying it requires some severe abuse for that to occur, and I don't see that here. I see you working and just celebrating. You're not expecting anything. Neither one of you are. But this thing grows, and it's beautiful. So hang on to it, because it's your wish granted. I'm going to say there's a friend of yours out there, maybe an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that you have feelings for. If that's the case, express those feelings, because it looks like they're having the same feelings for you. So don't be so wounded. Don't be so guarded. Be honest and celebrate yourself and them. Put the work into to them and to you, and you'll never go wrong. That much I promise you. All right. That is your love and relationships, and let's get into your career and finances, pile number 3, Libra. Yeesh, you're having a rough time financially. You're feeling a little left out in the cold. Maybe you overspent this month. They're saying have faith. Maybe ask someone for a little bit of a loan if you need it. Don't be afraid to do that. You don't generally overspend. I see like you're pretty wise about your spending. So if you ask someone for help, they're like, yeah, sure, no problem. But you aren't like, yeah, sure, no problem. You're going to beat yourself up about it. The 10 of Swords has you feeling like, like you put an end to your responsibleness. But the truth is you've put an end to feeling left out in the cold. And now you're able to rest because you have what you need. You're not worried anymore. And the sun will come out tomorrow because you're manifesting good things. You're creating good things, loving things. Actually, let's do this. All right. Financially speaking, perhaps in your job you've been feeling left out in the cold. Maybe you've been feeling like they haven't been paying you what you're worth. Go to your boss, put an end to this feeling left out in the cold, ask for a raise. You may very well find that they grant that raise and things are feeling a lot easier and lighter for you because you've manifested this for yourself. You have worked hard. The Earth Mother is the Empress. She's put a lot of work in. Look, she's created a baby. She's got this whole harvest going on. She's got all this grain that she's grown, all these ducks down here that she has grown from eggs. She's growing things. You have grown the company you work for immensely. And it's time to put an end to feeling left out in the cold. So go ask your boss for a raise. If you've put all the work in, put all the work in when you're asking for the raise, give them a PowerPoint presentation. Let them know I did this at home. And just give them a PowerPoint presentation of what you have contributed to the company, why you deserve a raise, and what a raise will do for your morale for the company, which might include, better profits for the company, things like that. Throw it in there. Because you've got the sun here and you've got the witch. The witch is the magician. You've got, the Empress here. I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards telling you, you gold, you're awesome, you're going to kill it. I mean, the 10 of Swords is putting behind this feeling, putting an end to that. Taking control and putting an end to feeling like that. Now you're resting. You can chill out under this tree and enjoy the sun because you've done the work and you realized your worth. And so is your company. But a lot of times companies won't pay people what they're worth because they expect people to come and ask for promotions. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You will never know unless you try. And if you are someone who's been putting the work in like I see here, then there's no reason not to try. Because if you're valuable to your company, they're going to want to take care of you. And I see you creating so much for this company. They're definitely going to want to keep you happy, to make you feel like you are able to rest and not constantly worry and fear about money. So that's what I have for you, my lovely Libra number 3s. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me. I hope March of 2020 brings you everything that you want and love and deserve in life. And I hope you guys have a good day. Bye. And if you're staying behind, wondering what cards I use, I have the Green Witch Tarot by Moura and Kiri Østergaard Leonard, and the Steampunk Tarot by Barbara Moore and Ali Fell. So, thanks guys. Have a good day, lovely Libras.